Give me a country Christmas anytime and I will be so happy. Hey friends, welcome back to the Bumblebee Farmhouse. My name is Angie, and if you guys are new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here hanging out with me today at the Bumblebee Farmhouse. And if you guys are returning, welcome back. You guys know that I love having you here week after week, hearing from you all. I don't know about you guys, but I love Christmas and I'm ready to start decorating for Christmas, especially with all the work I put into it. I really want to enjoy it for this season. I will be styling the kitchen hutch with lots of wonderful Santa mugs. I don't know if you guys know, but I do love my Santa mugs and I'm always collecting. I just love all things Christmas, especially farmhouse and vintage Christmas. It is my vibe. Today's video is also extremely special because I am in collaboration with my super sweet friends, Michelle and Cheryl from their channel, Uniquely Vintage You. I have been talking to them here for about the last year and we've been supporting each other. They are so super sweet and down to earth. They both have absolutely beautiful homes. I love their nostalgic and antique touches in their home, and I love that Cheryl has her childhood home, and I love that they have such a strong and deep-rooted faith in God. That they share their channel together. I think it is so sweet. They are sisters. So today we will be collaborating for a Christmas video here. And then after you watch today's video, go on over and check out Michelle and Cheryl. Let me introduce you guys to my super sweet friends, Michelle and Cheryl at Uniquely Vintage You. I would love for you guys to stop on over after you watch today's video and join their YouTube family. Check out their really great content and let them know that I sent you. And if you guys are coming on over from Michelle and Cheryl's channel, I want to thank you guys so much for coming on over. I hope you'll consider being part of the Bumblebee Farmhouse family where you can become one of my fellow little bumblebees here. And I always say that the Bumblebee Farmhouse is a place where you guys are always welcome. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Let's get to it.
Hello friends, welcome to Uniquely Vintage You. My name is Michelle and my sister Cheryl. We welcome you to our channel.
Friends, we just want to thank our precious friend Angie with the Bumblebee Farmhouse for inviting us to be a part of this collab with her today. We love vintage as much as she does, so if you enjoy her channel, I hope you'll consider subscribing to be a part of ours. We love sharing thrift hauls, we love vintage decor, we love sharing our home and how we decorate it for all the seasons. And if you love any content like that, we hope you'll consider subscribing to be a part of our YouTube family. We also love sharing our faith and want to encourage each other by praying for one another. So friends, again, thank you for being here. I hope that you'll consider subscribing. And Angie, thank you so much for letting us be a part of this collab with you today.
So when we get a video started here at the Bumblebee Farmhouse, I feel like I always start with a candle. So I got this new pistachio vanilla candle from Bath & Body Works, and oh my gosh, you guys, it smells so good. So I'm really enjoying this candle, and it kind of helps set the mood. It is a winter holiday festive candle, so it's perfect for decorating the kitchen hutch with all of my lovely Christmas and Santa mugs. So I'm going to say bye-bye to Halloween. So I'm taking off all of my wonderful, fun, and festive Halloween and fall decorations off of my kitchen hutch, and I'm just going to get it tidied up, cleaned up. I'm going to wipe everything down to get it ready. I want to freshen up this area for all of my wonderful Christmas mugs. Now, this is majority of my collection, but it's not all of them. I do have other Christmas mugs that I specifically drink out of, and then I do have a bunch of Ray Dunn Christmas mugs and some other Christmas mugs as well that I'm not styling on this hutch, which you will see in, I'm sure, later decoration videos where I will be placing them. But I do decorate with mugs. Do you guys decorate with mugs? Because I think they are awesome for double duty, as where some you can drink out of them, but then you can use them as display pieces. I love adding decorations wherever I feel they will go or where they will tie things in. So I'm just actually going to add some festive tea towels at the bottom of this cabinet. We have a Jolly Santa and some wonderful plaid. I thought of an old-fashioned Christmas when the world was aglitter with snow, when stars in their lockets of velvet, their silvery beams rain below, where a Christmas tree stands in a corner, decked out in the season's attire, with pearl white necklace of popcorn, the stringing the children's desire. The shutters unclosed in the windows, and friendly the light shine there, like the neighbors who linger when passing, for it is the hour of prayer. I thought of an old-fashioned Christmas, and a church in the valley of peace, and the bell with its silver chiming, that eased our cares ere it ceased. The peals of the laughter of children in toyland around the green tree, pleasing a happy the merriment, how wonderful childhood must be. The logs blaze bright in the fireplace, as the hearts that are merry and gay, as the sleigh bells I hear in the distance, and wish they were coming my way. I wish you an old-fashioned Christmas, with neighbors and family and friends, with church bells and singing and blessings, as the old year comes to an end. An Old-Fashioned Christmas by Helen Monette. So I've layered things, and don't be afraid to use household items to layer things, especially if they're going to be hidden in the background. You don't have to buy risers and stands for everything. I used an old pot that I had for herbs and an old little spice jar, but basically I want to show off my beautiful mug collection. So I'm layering things on top of each other, and I'm doing different heights. So in the back you're going to have things that are going to go higher, and on the bottom lower. I'm also treating the shelf like a tiered tray, and I've been doing this lately. I'm just kind of taking a break from the tiered trays at the moment, so I thought, let me decorate my shelves like a tiered tray. Now I am going to add pops of greenery in here just to kind of break everything out from all of the porcelain that I have. So I am going to try to do little touches of greenery, or in some cases I'll put in some tea towels to kind of give it some texture and color and pattern. But I'm doing a mixture of old and new. So old thermoses that I've picked up at antique shops are really wonderful for that vintage look because they are vintage thermoses. And then I do have some like newer Joanna Parker and some new vintage inspired items. Like these mugs that I picked up from Decorative Steels, and then the Pottery Barn dupes, which, I mean, I have the original Pottery Barn mug as well, but I mean, these were a great dupe for only $5. So I am mixing a lot of things, but they all do have the same kind of common theme, which is vintage or vintage inspired. I do have some actual vintage mugs here, but then I have some that were like duplicates, replicas, or just the actual original as well, from probably the 1940s and the 1950s. And don't be afraid to use ornaments as decorative pieces. Ornaments are not only made for the tree. As you can see, I have these adorable little tiny signs that say Noel and Mary, and they are so pretty. They say peace, and they are just so gorgeous. And honestly, they look like they're something from Pottery Barn or someplace bougie, but they're just little ornaments that I picked up at Dollar General years ago, and I use them as signs. And just some of my favorite decorative pieces are pieces with pops of color, because the winter can get so white and gray out, and there's barely any color other than the beautiful cardinals flying around. So I love adding pops of color for Christmas. There's nothing wrong with having just more of a glam or boho look, but I am kind of an old-fashioned girl. I really love color and patterns and textures. I love lots and lots of plaids and ginghams, and you're going to see that throughout my house as you get to see my house evolve for the Christmas season. And I don't mind having jolly Santas everywhere and really cute nostalgic snowmen. I really do love the vintage look, and I just think there's something so beautiful but yet so glorious and just childlike about the nostalgia of a vintage Christmas. It really brings me back to a different time in my life, and even though I was born in 1982, I really respect the old-fashioned look of the old-fashioned Christmas. How will you guys be decorating for this Christmas and holiday season? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you guys like old vintage and nostalgic looks with lots of colors and textures and patterns? Are you in love with plaids and ginghams? Are you more neutral and glam or boho? Let me know down below in the description box. What is your style for Christmas? A lot of these nostalgic and antiqued or vintage pieces have a story to them and how I acquired them. Either, somebody was selling their grandmother's mugs from the 1940s at an antique booth, or just something that I picked up at an antique mall myself, or just something that was vintage inspired. But each one really does hold a memory as to where I got it and how happy I felt picking these up. I love Santa mugs, and some of these, I would say half of these are newer, but I would say the other half is older, and I just love mixing them. I'm always on the lookout when I'm at an antique mall for a vintage Santa mug. I just think they're so nostalgic and so cute. They just make my heart happy. So each piece really does hold a special place in my heart. One thing that I can honestly say is I think that when people enter our home, they feel loved. And that's what I want. I want to be in my home, and I want to feel the love in our home. When others enter the home, I want them to have that same warm and beautiful feeling. And I just want to finish off my vignettes here with some canisters. Now, I collect some of the Ray Dunn canisters. I've acquired these a few years ago, and I just think they're perfect to add for the holiday season. I think they add really beautiful pops for Christmas, and they're so simple, yet they do give kind of that cottagey farmhouse vibe, and I just think that they tie with all of these pieces really, really nice. He looked like a peddler, just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. I thought it was only fitting to read just a simple little part of 'Twas a Night Before Christmas for you guys, where it was just so fitting with all of my Santa mugs. So I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here today at the Bumblebee Farmhouse, where I always say that I hope that you find a little bit of inspiration to make your house a home sweet home. And I want to thank my darling friends Michelle and Cheryl at Uniquely Vintage You for collaborating with me here today as we slowly transition our homes into Christmas for the holiday season. You guys don't forget to go over and check out their channel and subscribe and join their YouTube families and let them know that I sent you. And remember, friends, as Dorothy Gill once said, there's no place like home. That's right, friends. Home, sweet home. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.